Need something to do in your free time? Why not try refinishing furniture? There are lots of options. You could paint, like I did here. This desk was painted a very dark brown and was pretty beat up when I found it. It's now pink and cute and sitting in my daughter's room. Or you could stick to stain, like this black stain dresser that I bought secondhand. Or you could do both and come up with something like one of my favorite projects, a matching dining table and chairs with a light paint and dark stain on top. Refinishing furniture is a great way to be creative. Today we're going to do something pretty simple. Take a wood chair with one light coat of stain and change it up with some paint. But where do we begin? The first step is to make sure we have all of our supplies. We'll need a variety of sandpapers, a sponge for cleaning, our primer and paint, paint stir sticks, and a paintbrush. The rubber gloves are optional, and the screwdriver is for opening paint cans. And of course, we need some furniture. Be sure to do this with solid wood. Today we'll be working on an old desk chair that could use a new look. So put on some old work clothes and let's get going. The second step is sanding. Begin with your very coarse sandpaper. It will really dig into the stain that's already down in the wood. Use this paper all over your furniture, getting into all the little nooks and crannies the best you can. Sanding creates a raw surface that is ready to soak in new paint or stain. This will help to ensure that our fresh coat of paint won't just peel off. I found this cool sanding sponge that gets into all those little crevices. Sanding is time-consuming, but not difficult. Finally, you want to finish with a fine grit sandpaper to make sure all those rough edges are smoothed out. Be sure to wipe away all the dust with a towel and then a damp sponge. After just a few minutes of drying time, this chair is ready for our third step, priming. I like to tint the primer about 2 shades lighter than the paint color, as you can see here. This is easy to do just by looking at a color swatch at your local home store. Primer is a little sticky, so it provides a great base for the paint to adhere to. For furniture like this chair, I suggest turning it upside down and starting at the bottom. This makes it easier to get under those cross pieces that connect the legs. Once your first coat is complete, it will look just a step below opaque like this. But after 2 good coats of primer and at least 2 hours of drying time, we'll be ready for the fourth and final step, paint. Stirring the paint well is very important. It can separate, which would leave streaks as you paint. Just like with the primer, I begin painting at the bottom and work my way up. Since the paint is 2 shades darker than our base coat, we can easily see what has been painted and what hasn't. You may find that wet paint from your brush removes wet paint from the furniture. But don't stress over that, because just like the primer, we'll need 2 coats of paint to cover everything. 2 coats of primer and 1 coat of paint will look just like this. But after your second coat of paint, you'll have created something of your very own. Something new and fresh, and something you can be really proud of, because you did it yourself.